know, I know that I should post links to my streams on Twitter. God, I don't want it. I go to do it, and then I really don't want it. Like, fuck Twitter. I don't think I want the sort of people who would still be on Twitter in 2014. I don't want those kind of people watching my streams. I just don't. I know I shouldn't be picky. But God. I was over there for 2 seconds, and it was just like, so much red. So, anyway. Alright, should I play cards? No, I already queued up with fucking lovely Gillette. We'll do this, here. Hold on. I know. Excuse me. dare you? Alright. There's somebody else who has it. Jeez. There. Haha. Yeah, I know. No, it's Karn. I was gonna say it's gonna be some mild Darkhold again, but it's not. It's a typical Karn. road work in front of my apartment, so my ground keeps shaking. There's no earthquakes around here. It is worth worth. I don't know if it's gonna pick up any weird noises, but if you pick up any weird noises, it's probably the road work. Whee! See if this person remembers that they can just nope. Don't remember, or they never learned that. Person's being very inconsistent about how big the pool is. Sometimes they'll grab another group, and other times they jumpy. Hope they finish the road work up today because I have to take my cat to the vet tomorrow. Also, they were supposed to be done with it yesterday. Nothing. It's just getting the vaccines updated. Like, you know, routine maintenance. because this is her first time. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see who is 1, E3, 6. Dark Knight, and then back to where we were last time. We were in Alagana with some side quests. First, I need to go get a drink. I'll be right back. Alrighty, let's see. Let's start with what's going on over here. Oh, right, we gotta talk to the guy. So, suitable villager. Hey. Thank you for coming. I'm still waiting for a few more of the villagers to arrive. The old bugger is treating us to another one of his speeches, I see. How long do you plan to continue living in abject squalor, I ask you? It's high time we brought back the quarry that once made me proud to hail from Alagana. Some of you may be too young to remember, but the quarry used to mean everything to this village. Bloody hells, when is this old codger gonna stop harping on about the good old days? Time you opened your eyes, you daft bugger. Times long since passed when we could sell the stone here for a decent amount of gil. It's about time you face the facts. There's no coin to be had sweating away your life in some bloody quarry. I'd be better served going out and hunting my own food. Just hear me out. If you give up on the quarry, you'll be giving up on the village itself. Even the hardest of rocks will break if you keep chiseling away at it. Life's the same. Grandfather, that's enough. I can tell you now that no one here would claim to be happy with their lot, but there's nothing that can be done. You remonstrating with everyone is hardly going to do any good. Sweet love, that is an unpleasant name to say out loud. Well, what do you bloody expect with that attitude? No one's going to work to improve things when even my own granddaughter has next to no motivation. There's a reason you don't see much quarrying going on. There's no demand for it. We can get by just fine with the stones we gathered in the past and those we salvaged from ruined buildings. Prosperity doesn't lie in wait for us at the quarry, only monsters. It's about time you realized we're lucky just to be alive these days. Come on, grandfather, let's go home. Sweet love is one of those names that's adorable when you're a baby, but once you grow up, it becomes a little bit uncomfortable. Blasted girl understands nothing. Of course, everything's going to seem pointless if you're only sleepwalking through life. And who in the hells are you, anyway? I didn't do this for your amusement. I think I was invited. I don't remember, though. I am indeed the sayer you speak of. Ragenfriend sent you my way, do you say? Nidhogg, was it? So you're the lad we have to thank for saving Werkrada? I can tell you've more fire in your belly than this entire village. Perhaps you'll be able to see that I'm not as crazy as these buggers think me. Alagana owes everything to the quarry. The stones we extracted were solid and pleasing on the eye to boot. We even supplied the stone used to build the palace. Ah, those were the days. It was the Imperial invasion that changed everything. Those bastards thought stone structures barbaric, favoring their cold, tasteless metallic buildings instead. They said they looked civilized. Don't make me laugh. The final blow to our way of life came when Garlemald began recruiting our youth for their own army. We lost just as many to the rebel cause. With no one left to tend the quarry, it slowly fell into ruin and is now overrun with beasts. The few of us that remain have been left to eke out a living, including using any means we can. I swear on Walger's very name, if we could just take back the sleeping stones, this whole village would brim with vitality again. I just need something that proves the beasts are gone from the quarry. Then the villagers would see fit to help me restore it to its former glory. I know this is a lot to ask of a complete stranger, but it's not as if I'm spoiled for choice right now. Would you be willing to rid the quarry of those damned monsters and bring me back 2 Orlith soul stones? I'll be forever in your debt. Okay, but I mean, the monsters there is a problem. The problem, they said, is that there's no demand for stone. Like, I mean, there not being monsters at the quarry is not going to make it the demand for stone coming to come back. Gotta figure out what you're gonna do with them before you start quarrying them. Bottle of brown liquid. It smells so foul, even rats can't stomach it. I don't want to think about what it is. Oh, these are the rats. Gerbert. The rats are all gone? Excellent news. Now I can speak with my son again. I lost my boy to a quarrying accident some time ago. He pushed me out of the way when a bunch of rocks suddenly fell down on us. He was buried so deep we never found his body. I couldn't stand the idea of him being forgotten, so I went ahead and built a grave for him. It's near the area when where the accident happened. And not a day goes by when I don't wish he had saved himself. He still had his whole life ahead of him. Thank you for all your help. It brings me some solace to know I can still talk with my son from time to time. Hey, no problem, baby. I gotta go kill bugs. No. Something. I gotta do something. For this guy who doesn't understand supply and demand. Okay. Maybe we can't go the other way. God damn it, how do we get over there? Oh, I gotta go south and then around. Oh, fucking pain in the ass. Okay, of course it is. Back to this guy. Here you are. Oh, Yannick. Sayer, do you have something to say, Ha 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 ha. Nice to see you returned. It'd be even nicer if you happen to be in possession of certain stones. Yes, here you go. Core of marble oroliths. Yes, this is exactly what I was after. Let's waste no time in showing them to the villagers. It's been far too long since the last ray of hope shone into the villagers' miserable lives. Wait, there's something I was gonna do. It seemed important at the time. What was it? I don't remember. I'll probably... Let's see. Sayer is oddly confident about his plan's chances of success. Right, time to present these soul stones to the village. Let them know that the Sleeping Stones is ready to be restored. Although, it's been quite some time since anyone here truly lent me their ear. Would you mind gathering the villagers for me? Okay, I mean, I don't know what... Don't know, man, I just don't know. I don't think it's gonna work, because, like I said, and like that one person said, the problem's not the monsters. You kill monsters all day long, and it's not gonna make there be any demand for stone. Hello, ma'am. What did you say? Did my grandfather put you up to this? Yes. He sends me mad sometimes. My apologies that he bothers you with this kind adventurer. Would you mind if I asked your name? My name is Nidhogg. Well, Nidhogg, you have my thanks for humoring the wild ramblings of an old man. I'll make sure to tell him again that he needs to stop bothering strangers with his fantasies. Okay, bye. Oh, I remember what I was gonna do. Let's switch up my menu. Dad, go away. Who else? Oh, my panda. Hell yeah, come here. Here's the thing. Get up here. Climb aboard. Good boy, let's go. Hello, Carl. With an E. What's that? The old fart saying he wants to restore the quarry? Like I haven't heard that before. You might have been able to single-handedly take on a group of oroliths, but most of us aren't heroes of legend. What do you suggest we do should the beast return? Or are you planning to give up adventuring and become the quarry's very own protector? You know, that is a good point. One of many that this man has not considered. We. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Oh, you not have dripped out. Okay. Hey, it's Mr. Lymphoma. What's up? The quarry? Sorry to disappoint, but I'm far from interested. There's no point in placing the village's future in the hands of a dead industry. Honestly, how many people do you know are desperate to get their hands on stone these days? Say your time would be better spent working out how to sell off all the leftover rocks we already have cluttering Alagana. I know, right? I mean, if you can get rid of the Garleans, then I imagine the goldsmith or alchemist guild would have a use for them, but I mean, the Garleans have not been got rid of yet, so there's problem number one. Problem number two is the monsters. Problem number three is that nobody needs the freaking stuff. Wait a second. Back from spreading the good word, are you? Cannot wait to see the looks on their mugs when they have a gander at these soul stones. I don't think they're gonna care. Grandfather, let's stop this, shall we? No one's going to come. You'd be better served heading home and having a nap. And you say I'm the one spouting nonsense. I know what this is. You've banded together with the others to think me mad, haven't you? How could you even think such things? I only have your best interests at heart, Grandfather. The fact of the matter is that you can quarry as much as you want, but if there's no one willing to buy the spoils, then it's meaningless. You're not as young as you once were, and this fool's errand is doing your health no favors. I can't bear to watch you waste your life away any longer. Fool's errand? You consider it foolish to work towards a brighter future for Alagana? Nidhogg, tell me, do you share my granddaughter's opinion? Mostly. No need to hold back. Yeah, she's a little right. I expected more from the man that saved Workrata. I suppose it was foolish of me to think an outsider would understand what quarrying means to Alagana. Like, I get it, but dude, you need to listen to what people are telling you. Listen, we all understand you're just trying to do what you think is best for the village. We do, but you're going to have to accept sooner or later that nothing lasts forever. I was a fool to ever even consider asking others for help. You can hardly expect your words to mean anything to those who live without hope. Yes, it's up to me to show you all how it's done. Again, dude, you're missing the fucking problem. The problem is that you can't even get rid of the stone you already have. Why do you think getting more is gonna help? Why does he have to be so thick-headed? It feels like every interaction we have nowadays inevitably ends in a row. He has this nasty tendency of refusing to speak to me for hours after a fight as well. I'm truly sorry to involve you in this, but do you think you could talk to him in my stead? Sure. Man is foolish. He doesn't understand. He's a foolish fool. Stuck in his foolish ways. Ooh, flying. Dude. Hi. That girl makes me wonder if I too spouted so much gibberish at her age. Come to hear a story, have you? Oh, I'll tell you a story, my friend. A tale of a time when the quarry was the heart of Alagana. Yes, those were the days. It didn't matter how long you spent quarrying away, there was always more stone to be cut, and people willing to pay for it. The industry supported many a family, let me tell you. There were even some days when I'd take the cold, hard floor of the quarry as my bed, instead of going home. Why, the only thing keeping me going half the time were the work songs we used to sing. By Walger? That's bloody it. No, it's not, dude. If the villagers hear those work songs once more, they're sure to change their minds about the quarry. I bet you're glad you're here to see the very moment I saved our village from ruin. Dude. Oh my god. Man, come on. Why don't you just go take a nap? He's chuffed to bits with his new plan. Finished coming to terms with just how inspired my new plan is. Anyone that's held a hammer and chisel knows the wonders a good work song can do. After you've been singing for a while, your swings start to match the song's rhythm and everything falls naturally into place. You can work for hours and hours without even realizing it. Hammer in one hand, chisel in the other, cutting up rocks to bring home to mother. Rocks become gill becomes a house, our hearts the quarry has no need for a spouse. And the song meanders along in similar vein after that. The ending, however, is quite something. Speckled stone, edge off layer. Sell not this stone to a kindly payer, nay, search for the pebbles, young maid in revels. And that's how it's finished. Speckled stone, edge off layer refers to changing patterns that adorn the rock deep underground. The rocks closest to the edge of each layer are the most brittle you see. That part of the song exists as a warning to never sell on inferior stone. Although you do struggle to find a quarrier that doesn't know as much. No, it is the nay search for the pebbles, a young maiden revels part which I find curious. I believe it to be referred to a jewel of some kind. After all, you'd hardly give a young lass any old pebble you just happen to find. No, only the finest jewels would do. I would give a young lass a pebble, if it was a cool pebble. If I were able to somehow take a gander at the stone mentioned in the song, probably impossible, mind you, the closest fissure where I could stand a chance of finding it is right next to an imperial stronghold. That being said, I might be able to find something if I had you to keep me safe from harm. Accompany me, Nidhogg. I'm sure you'll enjoy the journey. Yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah. Seems I was right to bring you along. The place is swarming with those rats. Try searching the surroundings for any that might happen to be lying in wait for us. I trust you know what to do when you come across one. Okay? Okay. Get over here. You old fart. Fine work, Nidhogg. Suppose it's time for me to do my part. Feast your eyes on this ore, Nidhogg. Popped right out when I chiseled away along one of the layers of rock. My guess is it could be used to craft quite a fetching jewel. I'll hurry back to the village and set about examining it in further detail. Hello, girl with terrible name. Ah, Nidhogg, sad to say, it seems we were on a fool's errand. There's no ore that we found, but a crystal fragment of an incredibly low purity. Only the most naive of barons would rejoice upon finding this shiny piece of rubbish. Speckled stone, edge off the layer. Sell not this stone to a kindly payer. Must have been referring to this. Grandfather, is that perchance a line from the song that begins with a hammer in one hand, chisel in the other? Indeed it is, but why do you know that? Father used to sing it to me in lieu of a lullaby. It's one of the most precious memories from the short time we were able to spend together. Indeed, your father was a fine warrior. Not a day passes I don't rue his death at the hands of those bastards from Garlemald. We never even had the chance to work together. He chose to apprentice under another teacher, said he didn't want me going easy on him. But enough about the past. We've been using that song as a guide to find stones of value, but the spinner's still yet to smile on us. Have you forgotten, Grandfather? There's another version of the song, one which might lead you in the right direction. Another? Why, yes, there was another version, wasn't there? It's been so long since I last sung it, I had completely forgotten. I don't suppose you remember the lyrics. Of course I do. All my memories of father are as vivid as ever. That's my girl. You hear that, Nidhogg? There's hope yet. Do. Hi. Ooh, a ring. Warming up her pipes for a moving rendition of the alternate version of the Quarry song. I do recall Father saying that this version of the song wasn't especially popular. However, it was always his favorite, and certainly the one he sang most often to me. Aye, that's the right of it. The Quarry would echo for days with workers belting out the version I know. I'll probably still be singing it when I'm dead. Can't say I'm too surprised that's all you remember, Grandfather. It's only the end of the second version that actually differs from the first. Speckled stone speckled stone, edge of the layers. Sell not this stone to a kindly payer. Nay, search for the pebbles, young maiden revels. Between this world and the next is there the stones collect. Trade them on our ancestors' song. So the stone we're selling is located somewhere between this world and the next, eh? I must admit, I never really thought much about it as a child, but the song's lyrics are a bit eerie, aren't they? Aye, that part about our ancestors is quite morbid. Do you reckon it might be referring to a hidden tear? I suppose that did used to be a graveyard, didn't it? I don't imagine there are too many people that have cause to visit the area these days. I should hope not. Ever since the Empire banned us from making offerings to the deceased, I've heard an increasing number of stories saying that beings not of this earth stalk the place. I'd love nothing more than to pop over there right now and quickly see if the stone we need can be found, but something tells me it won't be that easy. What say you, Nidhogg? Can I count on your aid one last time? Yeah. My thanks. This is our last chance, and I do not intend to fail. Okay, bye. Are you looking? Who do you think you're? Good bit. Yeah. Looking at people. Just looking. Okay. Alright, we gotta go down and around again. Yeah. Probably could have followed that other player who's going the same, seems to be going the same direction as I am. Not now. I am busy. Yep, this way. How'd you get here before me? Right, Nidhogg, would you mind checking the area to see if everything's safe before I go any further? If you happen to see anything funny, just take care of it for me. I'll get to work once it's certain the area is safe. Yay. The only presence I sense in that area is my own. Okey-dokey. Oh, there you go. Beautiful, okay. Nice to see you're still in one piece. Things certainly seem to be a bit safer now. By all means, go on ahead back to Alagana. You have my word that I'll deliver this time. Please go and put Sweet Love at ease. I bet she's worried sick by now. Goodbye. Girl. Ah, Nidhogg, but wait, where is... He's over at the place with the ghosts and shit. Oh, what a relief to hear he is unharmed, or at least he was when I left. Although I will struggle to truly relax until he is back with us safe and sound. Grandfather is so foolhardy, not a moment goes by that I do not worry for him. You're acting like I'm already in the grave, my love. I can assure you, there's nothing to worry about here. I found what we were after in no time. Assuming there's more to be had, we'll be able to start trading with the goldsmiths of Ul'dah. That is, of course, assuming the day we're free of the Empire actually comes. I'm beginning to think our ancestors made Hidden Tier into a graveyard on purpose, as a form of protection in case the quarry ceased providing for us. After all, who do you know that go deviling a graveyard in search of riches? Besides me, of course. Regardless, that's the only reason I could think for them hiding the fact that in a work song. Take a look for yourself, sweet love. It's stunning. When I gaze upon it, I almost dare to believe that there could be a brighter future for our village. It's a very beautiful palm, apparently. Oh, it's a rock. A fine chunk of ore indeed. I imagine we could make a fair amount of coin with it were the villagers to band together and mine the rest of the supply. Why didn't you say sooner you were going after such treasure? I would have been much more interested in your rather in what you had to say. It's all thanks to your efforts, grandfather. Not once did you give up, even in the face of strong opposition from a certain granddaughter. I couldn't be more proud. Honestly, I was just so used to living in despair that I couldn't bring myself to believe there might be a way out. I'll be more than glad to join you the next time you go quarrying, Sayer. Thanks for all the kind words. Here's to bringing Alagana back to its former glory. Up till now, I had always wished you would just retire and spend your golden years in peace, but it seems you're much better suited to keeping active. Took you long enough to realize, life's not the same unless I have a chisel in hand. I hope your throats are nice and warmed up, because it's time for some singing, and quarrying, of course. Yeah, well, you boys have fun. Give me my ring so I can go back to the plot. Nidhogg, a hearty thanks for everything you've done for our village. You can leave the rest to us now. We'll do just fine if we have each other. The best of luck to you in all your future endeavors. Thank you for the ring. It is trifade, apparently. Whatever that is. Bye. Puppy power! Alright, back to let's do this. Yeah. Fuck! There was another side quest over there. I gotta go back to Alabama. I checked it as I was leaving just in case, and I had a bad feeling. There we go. We weren't free of it yet. You look sad. He's desperate for help. Hello there, friend. I don't suppose you'd have time to help a man in his hour of need. I'd come here to buy minerals that I was meant to supply the resistance with. The only problem is I was robbed of all my gil by Keeker and bandits on the way here. Who's going to use a merchant that can't deliver the goods he claims to sell? Please head to Mamaroon's milk and take back my money. Once you've collected my gil, give it to a man by the name of Ansgar in this village. He's the one I had procure the minerals for me. In the meantime, I'll head back to Walger's Reach and ask them to wait a little longer for their order. Bring the minerals to me as soon as you have them. Okay. Fine. We didn't really need to add another quest just to take us back to where we're supposed to go, but I mean, I guess I can appreciate it. Part of my problem with Heavensport's side quests is that they're so often way out of your way. At least this one puts you right back in on track again. Over here. Yeah. Over here. Over here. I'm going to follow and go this way. Ooh, look at that video bird. Look that other way. God damn it. I'm going to avoid it because it will attack me if I get too close. Either way would have been fine. I want to go up here. rumblings are being... I'm not fond of them. Hello, Ansgar. Hello there, lad. Do you have business with me? Yes, I bought you a stolen sack. Stuffed with gill. The merchant you ordered at the minerals asked you... The merchant who ordered the minerals asked you to bring me his payments. I take it you must have reclaimed his gill from those pesky Keekern. Haha, you have my thanks. I was not best pleased when I heard he would be late in paying me. Here are his minerals. Get them to him as quickly as possible. No doubt he's worrying himself sick. Yeah. Dang. Minerals, do you have them? Yes, there's a crate of it. Oh, I am positively indebted to you. At last I can fulfill the Resistance's order. Frankly speaking, the minerals found in Alagana aren't of the best quality, but I can't help but want to support a struggling village. They have been through so much. I will need to be careful I do not go the same way as their quarry. I had made a point of not hiring protection when traveling to save on money, but I'm not much use to anyone if I'm robbed of all my gil. Here, take this as a token of my thanks. Yeah, thanks. Bye. Alrighty. Get back to the plot. This game has a plot. Ooh. Hey, careful. Whee! Children. He's a man struggling to cope with a bitter reality. You've had a whole week. Get over it. You saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated. And in this state, we will not be mounting an assault on Castel and Villadena or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects. But first, we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you all at Castrum Oriens. Understood. I will go and speak with General Aldin. Okay. Bye. Dr. Raubon. What is this? Why is... Oh, right, that's the, card. Why is there a red one over there? Wait. He was still at Valver's Reach. God damn it, I thought he left. Spending all my fucking money. Fell there. Lollifeld's not much bigger than their little Alizé doll. Logan. Hi. Pippin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. We have completed our search for the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straight-away to Specula Imperia Taurus after quitting this place. It would seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In a war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away, but Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castrum Orients. We can discuss our path forward there. He did it because he's a crazy man. His brain don't work right, and he does silly things. What's up, Lise? How's it going? How's your sister? I mean, oh, I'm sorry. Kryl is with Y'shtola. She hasn't woken up, but Kryl says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen when that Skull's commander cut down Mefrid. A single blow and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And you know what? Want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it. It was an Alamegan. God's help me, if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Okay, bye. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future. The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of his general. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the scums? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Rania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Giabania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children, our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then
Then what was it all for?
Malcolm,
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers and the widows and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be. And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back then. The Warrior of Light included. God help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamega, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Horus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
I have a feeling you're about to tell us.
Well, to put it simply, we have one legatus overseeing two provinces a world apart. I say we divide and conquer. We kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more, thereby forcing Xenos to fight a war on two fronts.
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'm not denying the planner's promise. And I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through. Have faith in your people, Master Ken. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild. And when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there. And make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater. Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
Ding, 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 Carl, ding. I'm fine. Or you talking about Nago? Hi. What's up? Goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government, here or anywhere else. And I'm quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression. Whom we will free. Okay, excuse me. What am I supposed to do? Oh, there's quests again. Alright, let's do quests. Hello, Lucin. She's in need of an extra pair of hands. Oh, you're the adventurer from before. Have you come from her work? Because I could certainly do with an extra hand or two. My analysis of the samples you brought me is coming along quite nicely, but there's one more area I would have you investigate. There's a cavern southeast of here, the Comet's Tail, so named for the glowing ore covering its walls and ceiling, as if the gods themselves captured starlight and placed it there. Despite its supposed beauty, however, I have heard reports that the area has been adversely affected by pollution. As before, I need you to procure 3 samples of the soil and 1 of the water so I can ascertain the truth of what has happened there. Okay. Look at these freaking. Look at these little gay idiots. They're just chilling. Can't see it right now because he's hiding it, but he colored this gay idiot color coordinated his spear to this gay idiot. What's up? Oh, he's got two. The Hidden Truth. Cat Girl. Need of a soldier. Ah, Nidhogg of the Immortal Flames, a moment if you would. The Alliance has seen fit to charge the Twin Adder with overseeing the occupation of Castrum Oriens for the interim. As an adventurer, I realize it is your wont to attend to matters both great and small in all quarters of the realm. Though it should go without saying that you must also uphold your obligations to the Immortal Flames and the Eorzean Alliance. Thus, I would ask for your aid in a reconnaissance mission here in the fringes. Pray speak with Lieutenant Molko when you are ready to receive a briefing. She will be overseeing the operation. Okay. Serpent Marshal Brookstone is looking to make an example out of someone. Good evening, Nidhogg. Still fighting the good fight, I take it. Would that we had more soldiers like you. I cannot speak for the Immortal Flames with the Maelstrom, but we of the Twin Adder are not accustomed to combat in such wide-open expanses. The beasts that roam these lands are quite dangerous, and to be frank, our new recruits are simply not up to the task of fending them off. For you, I imagine it would be like crushing ants underfoot. This is why I would ask you to give my men a brief lesson in combat by slaying the antlions at Pike Falls. I've instructed them to stay well out of sight, so you should have no trouble fighting without distraction. When you've finished, any advice you can offer them would no doubt be invaluable to their training. Okay. Boom. Bam. What's up, Tala? Do my eyes deceive me? It can't be, but it is! Nidhogg, the White Griffin's Bane himself. Among other things. Yes, the great hero who defeated the Griffin atop Baelsar's wall, bringing his plans of conquest to a shuddering halt. I can think of no other title that so aptly befits your prowess. A pity no one else seems to think so. Ahem, but enough of that. What brings the illustrious Griffin's Brain here to Castromorians? Shit. Serpent Marshal Brookstone has requested you assist in my investigation. This is such an honor. I'll do my best not to disappoint you. Ah, goodness me, where are my manners? Tala Molko, a military records officer at your service. I cannot offer much in the way of combat, but if you should have any inquiries regarding historical matters, you need only ask. Now then, let me apprise you of our current situation. Shortly after taking control of Castrum Oriens, we discovered a number of confidential documents left behind by the Garleans, prisoner records dating back to the beginning of all Amigo's occupation. As you might have guessed, a great many were conscripted and sent away to subjugate new territories. A surprisingly large number were executed as a reminder of what would happen should any step out of line. What we weren't expecting, however, was a number of prisoners listed simply as whereabouts unknown. We thought perhaps they met some ill fortune during their imprisonment or even escaped, but we could find no other documents to suggest what became of them. Be they living or deceased, it is now our duty to find them. Not just for our own records, mind you, but for their loved ones as well. They deserve the peace of mind of knowing what happened here. Would that this were a recent incident, though. It will be no easy task ascertaining their whereabouts after 20 years, but I believe I know where we might begin our investigation. The Ananta have called these lands home long before even the Alamegans came to settle here. And as luck would have it, the Resistance has established cordial relations with their people. Perhaps they remember something of what happened all those years ago. Okay. Well, there aren't any Ananta right here. Oh, I guess there is one. Hey, Pip, have you met Pippin? Hey, Pippin, have you met Pip? What's up, girl? Okay. Hi. All Amigan prisoners captured 20 years ago. Yes, I remember. When the Garleans gained their foothold here, they interned any and everyone, Striders, Ananta, it mattered not. Most were forced to serve in the Garlean military, dispatched to other lands from which they would never to return. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, the prisoners who remained were taken to a small village to the south. I cannot say what transpired here, but the settlement was heavily guarded. I fear the worst for them. A settlement to the south? Why, that would have to be Bittermill. I recall records of its residents seeking asylum in Grisania when the Garleans first arrived. The place was all but razed to the ground. Let us begin our search there. Perhaps something of value still remains in the rubble. Okay, bye. Yeah. get along just fine. Bear. Hello, big bear. Goodbye, big bear. Another big bear. Well, he's a trip when the monsters in this game are just straight up animals. Hi. Hi, how's it going? Oh, I see. Hi. What are Garleans doing here? They cannot be allowed to leave. Get them. Okay. Bam. Wah! Goodbye. Goodness, that's smart. Perhaps I should have devoted more time to combat training. Though no amount of training would make me a match for the renowned Griffin's Bane. That was a magnificent display. Guardian soldiers were certainly the last thing I expected to find in these abandoned but otherwise forgotten buildings. I managed to catch them unawares, but I'm quite certain this investigation would have ended poorly had you not arrived. Still, I find this quite curious. By all rights, the Guardians should be too busy contending with the resistance to waste time in a place like this. What were they doing here? Something shady, no doubt. I'm afraid our search for answers has only raised more questions. If we are to make any sense of this, we must search this place from top to bottom, after my heart returns to my chest. Seems to have regained a sense of calm. Sorry to keep you waiting. I fear the battlefield is no place for a bookworm. If the gods are kind, we'll encounter no further distractions. Now, let's begin our search. We'd like to cover more ground if we split up. Hopefully, there's still some trace of the prisoners left here. Okay, bye. Bye, 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 bye. There's a door. Okay, well, I don't like that. There's a footprints. Some of them appear fresh. Glitteries. Oh, glitter is. There's a bear. A bear is not a sign of prisoners. Yeah. Deserted house. Bam. No. There you go. Much too clean to have been abandoned for 20 years. How suspicious. Destination. Nidhogg, thank goodness. Excuse me, I found someone while inspecting the houses. He seems unwell. Unwell? Unwell? No, definitely not. Certainly not. Yes, we are quite fine. But what of you? A little girl dressed in strange clothes? Quite strange, quite strange. What? You have some nerves. Regardless of how I look, I am a ranking officer of the Order of the Twin Adder. Thank you very much. Now, who are you and what business do you have here? Who? Yes, who? An excellent question. You are you, but who are we? Yes, we would like to know very much, very much. You don't remember? Well, is there anything you can remember? Remember. Yes, something about this place. Something familiar, quite familiar. Nidhogg, it's only a hunch, mind you, but I suspect he is not from this place. Considering he's Ellison, he's likely a Gridanian escaped from the Guardians. Or perhaps, could he be one of the missing prisoners? It would certainly explain the Guardian soldiers from before. We need to take him back for questioning. Well, good luck with that. Excuse me, sir, but would you be willing to come back with us? At the very least, it would be more comfortable than these dilapidated houses, and we may be able to help you recover your memory. Memories, sweet memories. Yes, we would like them very much, very much. Alright then, let's return to Castramorians. My brow-beating commander will likely wish to meet you. I suppose it can't be helped. Goodbye. Have fun with your Ellison. I'm gonna go do these other things. Yeah. Alrighty. There they are. Alright. Oh, yawning. Nidhogg of the Immortal Flames. The rumors of your prowess do no justice to what I just witnessed. What is your secret? I am the main character. Seeing your nimble footwork firsthand, it is hard to refute the truth in that. Truth be told, I am a rather clumsy fellow, but I will practice every day until I am as sure-footed as the illustrious Nidhogg. Play, excuse me, I need time to think on this. Goodbye. shit that's always on fire over here? Not right now, I'm busy. Big robot. Big dead robot. What's up? It's an honor to meet you, sir. To watch you fight was quite inspiring. Tell me, do you have any tactics in mind before engaging the antlions? No. Yes, of course. I noticed how you consistently aim for what seem to be soft spots between their shell plating. I can't promise your words will remain with me in the heat of battle, but I will do my best not to disappoint you or my superiors. I assure you, I do not care enough about you to ever be disappointed in anything that you do. Okay, bye. We got more stuff to do down here. Soil samples and shit. Alright, here. And Dad, why you run so slow? Why you got armor on your little joints? I didn't put armor on you. Where'd the armor come from? You have many secrets, Dad. Many, many secrets. Yeah, yawning. Yep. Yawning. Did you have trouble procuring the samples? No. Here's your cave soil sample. It's contaminated. And here's some murky water. Yes, this was perfect. Perhaps someday soon we can restore the cave to what it once was. You see, the Comet's Tail was once a place of worship. Legend has it that, as the great flood of the Sixth Umbral Calamity swept across Eorzea, Rhalgr cast a great beacon into the sky to lead his people to safety. That beacon would one day fall to Earth, and its remains are what would illuminate that cave. The Alamegans placed altars within, and would often visit to offer up prayers to Rhalgr. Of course, that all changed when the Garleans came. No one is certain for what purpose the cave was closed off, but some say it was used as a crude weapons research facility. Whatever the truth may be, I will find it, and restore what was taken from the Alamegans. When that day comes, I hope you'll go and pay the Comet's Tail a visit. Yeah, sure. What's up, frantic fellow? Oh, nothing to say, huh? Welcome back. The men seem transformed having met you, though I suppose you're accustomed to having that effect on people. Sadly, I have no memorable acts of daring with which I can inspire them. Still, I'm heartened to know there are those like you whom they can look up to, who will inspire them to train harder. I will be the first to admit I was skeptical when they first began enlisting adventurers in the Grand Companies, but I'm glad my doubts were proven unfounded. Safe travels, Nidhogg. Possibly one of the missing prisoners, you say? I expected such wild claims from Lieutenant Cole, but if you would corroborate her report, perhaps this warrants investigation. Until further notice, he shall stay under the protection of the Eorzean Alliance. Sir, with all due respect, you cannot just... Lieutenant Cole, give this man a hot meal and a warm bed. When he's had a bit of rest, see what he knows of Bittermill and the Garleans. It should not be long before we reach a resolution to all this. You're free to wait here until she finishes questioning our new detainees. Okay. He's grown tired of waiting. I imagine that Lieutenant Wilco has finished questioning the detainee by now. Go and see what, if anything, she's learned. Okay. Over there. Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah. Hello. Oh, Nidhogg, I've just finished with questioning. Unfortunately, he can recall absolutely nothing of his past. The only thing he's certain of is that he escaped from Garlean captivity. I'm beginning to believe he really is one of the missing prisoners. But where does Bittermill fit into all this? I fear we've reached an impasse. It's not as if we can ask the Garleans what they were doing there. Or perhaps we can. The soldier who escaped us earlier must know something to have been prowling about the area. He has to be taken into custody. Come, Nidhogg, we must speak with Serpent Marshal Bookstone about assembling a search party. No stone can be left unturned. Okay, bye. You wish to capture the soldier you encountered at Bittermill? Well, you should know I've already dispatched a reconnaissance team. After reading Lieutenant Wilco's report, I thought it prudent he be apprehended immediately. However, therein lies the rub. We lack the manpower to sufficiently survey the area. In fact, I was just deliberating over who I should call back to make a sweep of Owen's stash. There's no need for that, sir. Nidhogg and I will go. I realize I'm not the ideal scout to assist in this, but we have to find them. Okay, bye. Beverage. I see a catted girl. Hello, catted girl. On your guard, Nidhogg. I have a bad feeling about this place. Oh, there's a campfire. Oh, he's wounded. What's up, man? How's it going? Oh, he's going in. You found him, Nidhogg. We really found him. What are you... These wounds, if he's not treated soon, he won't be telling anyone anything. He's like to bleed out if left unattended. Go and tell Serpent Marshal Bookstone we found him, and he needs medical assistance before he can be moved. Okay. Hi. My men have searched high and low, yet there's no sign of this runaway soldier. Oh, we found him. He was in a cave and he's been injured. You found him at Owen's stash. They say no more. Attention, this is Bookstone speaking. The subject has been found at Owen's stash. I repeat, the subject has been found at Owen's stash. Did you get that, everybody? Hey, everybody. Did you know? The guy says Owen's stash. Did you hear that? Owen's stash. Really? Owen's stash? Yes, Owen's stash. He's severely wounded and in need of medical attention. At Owen's stash, where he has been found. Excellent work. Perhaps now we can get to the bottom of all this Bittermill business. Yay. Ring time! It's eager to know what became of the injured Guardian soldier. By all rights, my men should be back by now. Go and see if you can find Lieutenant Mulco. I want to know what those Garlean dogs were up to. Bad things. They were up to no good. No good, no good. Because they're the bad guys. What's up, Tala Moko? Ah, Nidhogg. I'm happy to report we managed to bring him back safely and not a minute too soon. I plan to speak with him shortly after returning, but the healers won't permit anyone to see him until he's settled and the bleeding stopped. I imagine we won't have to wait very long. Okay, you will wait. See my panda? Somehow made it up to my house, which is strange because my house floats in the sky and is surrounded by a barrier. What's up, losers? It seems he's finally fit to speak. I don't expect you to be grateful, but I'd like you to remind you likely would be standing here if we hadn't found you in that cave. Now start talking. What were you doing out there at Bittermill? We were looking for someone, an escapee from one of our facilities. He lost his memory and was otherwise mentally unstable, so we knew he couldn't have gone far. I believe the man you're speaking of is already in our custody. We found him seeking shelter in Bittermill. He claims you captured him, though he cannot recall where. So he returned to Bittermill after all. I guess the past came back to haunt him, even if he can't remember it. Listen, my superiors are not like to show you any leniency. If you tell me everything you know, I will do all within my power to see your life is spared. Do we have a deal? Miss, I may be dressed in their uniform, but you'd be mistaken to believe I owe the Garleans any allegiance. I will gladly tell you. 20 years ago, a group of prisoners was relocated to Bittermill to assist in the Garleans' more unorthodox experiments. They wanted to create a new chemical weapon, one that would leave buildings untouched while killing any and every one it came into contact with. Black Rose, I believe it was called. Wow, that sounds horrible. I hope it doesn't come back in a big way later on. That's horrible. Their intention was to drive back Eorzean forces without wasting any of their own on the front lines. Of course, they wouldn't know if it really worked without willing volunteers. And what better place than a village long since abandoned by its people? Not a single prisoner survived, their tests proving a resounding success, and it was only a matter of time before Black Rose would be deployed, or so they thought. Hey, that reminds me. I'll comment on it later because it's not actually related to this. But to the surprise of many, the project was shut down before Black Rose could ever be used. The order came from the legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion, the interim leader of the Alamegan province, and guy who never fucking shuts up, Gaius Van Belsar. The Black Wolf would not allow the senseless murdering of Eorzea's people. He saw them as future subjects of the Empire to be ruled, not savages to be slaughtered. Everything was to be destroyed, but the man behind the project would not see his work wasted and ran off with the last remaining samples of Black Rose. He was promptly apprehended, but he'd already hidden away his work. They used every heinous tool in their disposal to make him talk, yet he would not, or rather could not, tell him where he hid it. The doctor had already gotten mad and couldn't remember a thing. I could only assume one of his experiments went wrong and ruined his mind in the process. Then that means the man we found earlier, aye, that's him, I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Former head of research for the 14th Imperial Legion. Damn, that sucks. Can't believe that incoherent mess of a man was a scientist in service to the Garleans. I think we've heard enough. Thank you for your cooperation. Goodbye. What do you think, Nidhogg? A part of me wants to believe it isn't true, but I see no reason why he would lie to us. There has to be some way to substantiate his story. The entirety of Bittermill was used for their experiments. If the entirety of Bittermill was used for the experience, it would be no easy fit to do away with the evidence of such a massive operation. Hi, Nari. Nari, is the ground making weird rumbly things? There's weird noises and the ground is shaking. That's pretty crazy, huh? You're being surprisingly brave about it. Normally I would expect you to hide, because you hide from everything. No, there would have to be some lingering traces of their work, and if they couldn't dispose of it, their only option would be to bury it. Nidhogg, we have to go back to Bittermill. Goodbye. Ba-ba-ba. Naughty, what are you doing? Wow, it is getting loud. Nori, what's going on? Is Cammy there? It's Cammy, Nori. Oh, she's giving him little kisses. They are both bothered by the sound of the road work. Nice stretching. And now she's licking her butt. How ladylike of her. It's fine. I greatly prefer her licking her butt to Cammy, who jumps on me with his butt wet. Bad Cammy. Alright, let's build it up. There has to be something here, and I'm not leaving until we find it. If I remember correctly, it is something, it's over here-ish. Perhaps, if I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Was it here? Barren soil. There's nothing buried here. Okay, well let me mark that. I know not to check it again. What's up, Tala? Okay. Digging reveals a small metal container. Probably shouldn't touch it. You know who I bet should touch it? Alphino. Get Alphino to come and investigate it. Make sure you hold it with your bare hands. Possibly even put the contents in your mouth. That would be very smart of you. Hello. You found something? A metal container? Could it be the missing sample of Black Rose? So he was telling the truth after all. Ahem, there's no time to be sentimental nor hasty. Any mishaps in handling that container could prove disastrous. Let's report back to Serpent Marshal Brookstone. Okay. Noise alert! Hello, baby. Are you standing watch? Yeah, you're gonna keep us all safe from the bad guys. You're so brave. Lieutenant Moko reporting, sir. Like, yeah, I know who you are. We've discovered the identity of the man we thought to be one of the missing prisoners. He is the former chief of research for the 14th Imperial Legion, who oversaw the manufacturing of a chemical weapon known as Black Rose. After a thorough survey of Bittermill, we've discovered what we believe to be a sample of this weapon. We'd like to request assistance in retrieving it. Attention, this is Brookstone. A container we believe to contain a Garlean chemical weapon has been discovered at Bittermill. I need you to get out there and retrieve it immediately. Be very, very, very careful with it. As for the missing prisoners, they were used as test subjects for Black Rose. There were no survivors. Sir, I don't believe we should allow the risk of such a weapon falling into the wrong hands. I agree, Lieutenant. After the weapon has been safely moved to a secure location, rest assured we will see to its disposal. As for the guy, His fate resides with the council. Considering the weight of his crimes, his punishment will be quite severe. I almost pity the man, but memories or no, his crimes cannot be excused. Lieutenant Mulco, Nidhogg, you've done well today, and I'm sure you're both quite tired. Go and rest. You've earned it. Actually, I think I'll be heading back to Gridania to write up a report. The events of Bittermill need to be recorded that we might prevent such atrocities from happening again. I wish I could accompany you for a while longer, but I'm sure the Great Griffin's vein is needed elsewhere. I gotta go to Doma. Thank you again for all your help. I look forward to adding your feats of daring to our record someday. Goodbye. I think that. What am I doing? Oh. Bam! Oh, wrong button. Here. Ooh, wow! What's up, Alize? You're the twin I like. Contemplate the logistics of a journey to the far east. Where men go as one, there is life, and where there is life, there is a cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the far east, we must first find a way to reach them. Arthard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Excuse me, as much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended, then I think Lee should do it. Then I should obviously remain. Very well, issue addressed. You know, Alphino, it would have been quicker just to ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose, ahem. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Ehrenwald and the others? Yes, Alphino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Alright then, Sister Nidhogg, at least, gather your things. We are for Limsa Lominsa. Okay. Hey, Rabon. Why did you come? You should come with us. You should come and be the protagonist of this expansion instead of Lise. You deserve it. Come on, man. This is your moment. Your time to shine. Don't let them sideline you. That's not cool. Okay. Alright, well, bye. I did look there. I am going upper decks. Ah, yes. Over here. I never done that. Oh, no. Hey, let me up. Cammy is get out. The Kimmy and Nori do not like the rumblies. They're being quite bothered by them. What's up, guys? Tataru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Melvib lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You are right, and as much as we will be traveling by sea, regrettably it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then it is equally infeasible to sail in a Eorzean alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us with only one other option. Speak of the devil. Hey, it's, sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvalane of the Kraken's Arms? Hi, I know your brother. He's a whore. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Hey, what's wrong with that? Pirates are cool. Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, and many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the admirals to the high houses of the Ishgard. Oh, but where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. Blah 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 blah. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud surveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from God-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Yeah, they do. Because fuck them. Whatever privateering the Kraken's Arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our I don't know how to pronounce that word, keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit. Well, I, for one, think the captain has a point. The five seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor, unfortunate soul has come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragical tale of how the heir to House Durandare... That reminds me, again, the thing I was going to comment on, and then forgot, and then remembered, and then forgot again. House Durandare vanished at sea. Even now, 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Ha ha ha! Ah ha 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 ha! Truly a tragedy for an ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that many may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane in Hingashi. I will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Okay, let's see if I forget to comment again. Okay, no, I didn't. Okay, so, the thing I was going to comment on is that it's weird that Xenos is an only child. It's royalty. Normally, members of royalty have to have an heir and a spare. Varys has an heir, but no spare. Especially weird because Xenos is a freak. Hello. Anyway, that's the thing I was going to comment on and then forgot about. Hi. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru spent cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Night seem rather well spent, do they not? I think they were well spent before. Did you see all her adorable outfits? That said, I intended to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Carvalane squirm. New pants! Oh nope, these are, okay, same. I was thinking of ways I might pass the time. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tataru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alize, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Urianger on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Nidhogg and Lys? I would like the two of them to return to our evidence told and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? We're not at the ferry docks. Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Nidhogg. Yeah, babe. Let me check my pants situation. Okay, definitely not gonna want those. So which pants am I gonna want? Display. These pants are level 260. Display. These pants are 270. Okay, so we get aiming pants. Let me check. Okay. Fending and aiming pants. Alright. What did they tell us to do 20 seconds ago? I wasn't paying attention. There we go. Yeah. Release. What's up? Well, here we are. We need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you here after. Got it? Okay, bye. Whee! Bam. No. Here we go. What's up, homemade? You are truly planning to travel to Doma? I do not know what to say. Forgive me. I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled on the eastern coast of Othard. Along the banks of the One River, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Bam. What's up, Eekity? Greetings, Nidhogg. What brings you to the toll this day? Blah 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 blah. What? You are for Doma? Heavens, you scions have shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor dead, Garlemald in chaos. It seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banners we gathered, and fought to reclaim our nation. But when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. I see. That sucks. What's up, Dolade? What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. Blah, 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 blah. That you go to join Yugiri and Gosetsu in the fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagae clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle even now. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her host of men in Magitech. To think that what was once a shining symbol of our heritage and the seat of dear Lord Kyan has become a den for Garlean dogs. To think! Oh, the horror. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Hi. There you are. Anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially as guardians. But anyway, did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually, or at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old blah 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 blah. Wow, what you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us to dinner, of course. I hope they do. Take that. Ba-ba-ba. There we go. time to return to Limsa. I agree. Right, no point in waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa. Alphino said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. I think. That's what I think. That's what I think too. Because that's what he did say. Bam. Ferry is this way. I like Doma, but I have two little issues with it. One of them is unique to the English translation. The other is an inherent problem with it. First problem is that I don't like that the translation has them talk about kami the same way that others talk about gods, because that's just not right. It's not how it works. Like, no, don't do that. This is true cringe. My other problem, I'm not going to get into. I just don't want to talk about it. It's not in my lane. What was that about undergarments? I'm sorry. Are you talking about my panties? Ah, yes. Hi. You have returned, Nidhogg. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Toll. I'm eager to hear all, though that can wait until we have left port. We will have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, I may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. Okay. Or I may. I thought you were going to. I'm going to have to do it. All set, lad. I'll see you to the ship if so. Yeah, let's go. We're not a pirate ship. Hell yeah. I like riding on pirate ships. Mumbles.
12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Riange, tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
No, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers darkening the skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
Here, it's pink and girly.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow.
Voice
It would
is
seem
hard.
our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Pencred and
His
Nurse.
voice is very
And
distinctive.
Take care.
Luke Allen Gale. White boy. He also voices Xenos. What the hell? That's crazy. Never would have guessed. Carver Lane voice is so cartoony, and then Xenos just talks like a normal person.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to the quarters.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You need it on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh. If you will excuse me. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
It's time for a dungeon that only exists because they needed to have a dungeon. This adds nothing and goes nowhere. It's just here because you need a dungeon, a level 61 level 8 dungeon. What's up, Carver Lane? Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No, as the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the Misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the cerulean engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I can convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example. Sea-wolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the things which he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous! Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse, to let the current take us where it will and deal with whatever we find there. Okay. Okay. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I am beginning to like you, girl. Once you arrive at our destination, my crew shall remain with the ship to defend it while we venture forth to deal with the cause of our troubles. Okay. Yeah, beat 'em up. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it wheeled us in. Yeah! Alrighty, dungeon time. So, okay. So this is one of the ones that I mentioned as being one that I prefer to do as a healer so I can get the right mix of characters that I like. But I'm not gonna do that for most of these dungeons. Only the last one am I gonna, like, be picky. And do it as a healer. For these other ones, I'll just go with whatever my lowest class level, my class that needs the most experience. And it looks like it's Dragoon. Just yeah, definitely Dragoon. All right, let's chat with everybody real quick. Poor Alvazay is not going to be able to come with us this time. I know, right? She needs better taste. I guess nobody's without flaw. Like most of the other ones, it's like I want to be a healer so that I can be with the characters that I like. But with the last one, it's like there's like actual like story reasons why I would rather have those three. So, but you know, whatever. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Drink some juice. Yeah, let's go. Stop, wrong way. I was pointed the wrong direction. Ice shards. What a guy is this is awfully weirdly specific kind of name. Mayday. The next one is too far. Yeah. Can't track me that far. Possible trouble. Oh shit, no.
I have my pride.
Yes, we all know about your pride. Think your pride is a prop.
This was for you, Ada.
Yay! Hurrah!
That appears to be the last of them. Word from Misery. Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
Good to know that was a complete waste of time. A pointless detour.
I remember the scene, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugana. The only port open to outsiders in Higashi to cross the Ruby Sea from Okuka, from Dome. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Ah, fucking fly! Ah! What's up? Ain't no problem, baby. I'm probably never gonna use you, but I say hi anyway. Yeah, what do you do here? I'm Tenzon, customs officer of this port, charged by the Lord Bugio to ensure that no forbidden articles enter our lands. Although ours is an open port, it does not mean one can bring in whatsoever one desires. If you wish to conduct business here, you must do so within the bounds of our laws. Those who attempt to import goods deemed a threat to our nation's security will be placed in Sekisegumi custody and dealt with severely. If you would see your own shores again, consider yourself warned. What kind of place is this? That you stand here means you should already know this, but I shall humor you nonetheless. Kugane is a port city located upon Shishu, the westernmost island of Hingashi. Amidst a policy of national isolation, it has the distinction of being the sole port open to the outside world. Nutty! As all foreign trade is focused here, we customs officers are kept constantly busy, but we cannot afford to be remiss. Without exception, all foreign vessels are required to undergo inspection here at Pier number 2. Cool. So, Carboline. Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Hey, no problem, baby. Thank you. Yep. Despite traveling halfway around the world, Alphino is in no mood to take in the sights. Well, he sounds boring. This is why nobody likes you, Alphino. Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you all that we are far from home with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Carvalane, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Othard were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. 'Tis like the Yugiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Othard, assuming that they are not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhap we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alphino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Carvalane, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in that large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shiokaze Holstery is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect. Or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? Exactly. But of course, surely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain, and may the navigator watch over and keep you. Bow. Yep. Bye. Please, why are you standing like that? Do you have to pee? Right then, to the hostelry. After you. At least if you need to pee, just ask somebody. I'm sure they'll direct you to a bathroom. Yeah, bruh. So my thingy over there. There you go.
I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Ah!
1,000 pardons, my lady. The science of the seventh dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
The white boy.
And you are...
It's the white boy. The white boy with the silly name.
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldernard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugane and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugane.
Well, Rito's
Regardless,
interests
I am
extend anywhere he can make
disinclined to
money.
accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion.
Even naked.
I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the all-down markets. I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said yourself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kagani is teeming with Imperial spies, one or seven of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged
Nutty.
between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
Okay. Alright, you have fun with that. Stop. No, I'm not gonna go that far. Okay. What's up, white boy? Beyond, you must be Nidhogg, Slayer of Gods, Rider of Dragons, Savior of Ishgard. You didn't steal any pants. I haven't stolen any pants, if some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. I didn't do. I haven't done Hildebrand. I didn't steal pants. I knew it. I must say, what an honor and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, my lord. I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way. If you would be so good as to follow me. Okay. Excuse me. Hello. Who's Ume? I don't see anyone here named Ume. Oh, her. I mean, she's fine. She looks like every other Midlander here. Hello. Would you like me to buy you some? I'll buy you some dongo. Oh, I can't. Not now, eating dongo. What's up, Tataru? I guess the smell of tea. Be a fire. Glamour. Naked. Wearing gosh, yeah. Wee! Hi. Everyone, if I could have your attention please, you are now standing in Tenkonto. Loosely translated, the name means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the Aetheryte which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlie, and yet I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar will wonders never cease. Far Eastern Aetheryte technologies have a long and storied tradition, I assure you. This particular example was constructed by the Onishishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you'll find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. A tune if you like. Okay. Oh. Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the etherite. Come, come, let us move along. The markets are next. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of markets, let me see if I can find some better channels to do this. It's glam. There are some that oh, there we go. $400,000. Do I have that? Let's see. No, I do not. Well, I'll get him eventually. Where are we? Hello, Senryu. Ethernet. Yeah. We've arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane, Kogane-dori. Kugane, as you are doubtless unaware, is an ancient Higan word for gold. So, in this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes, or kogane, are earned by the local merchants. It is all quite logical once you learn the language. Hehehe, now you're beginning to speak my language. Oh, a kindred spirit. What a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Yeah! What's up? Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company. You are with clients today? Why, if it isn't Master Keiten, please allow me to introduce you to my esteemed guest, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kogane-dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Keiten of the Hakuchi clan, and it is my honor to serve as the overseer of its markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean Gill are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. Thank you. It's very convenient that they didn't make up a new form of currency. Even though I'm probably never going to buy anything. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables. Here you'll find all of them and more. What's up, Keiten? Okay, cool. What's up, Ibarra? Okay, rude. Yamabuki. if we may pause here for a moment. This road leads to the Gijinka, the district in which Ijin, or foreigners, are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Well, yes, it's right in front of your face. Precisely. So, you see, it would not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical altercations, after all, such spats being strictly forbidden. The Sekisegumi punish breaches of the peace quite severely. I have seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation. Though, to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. What? Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? Would that I were, but alas, these samurai are a humorous lot. Why, I recall one instance when a foreign merchant and his cups dared lay hands upon a Hingan aristocrat in front of the Sekisegumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. Ugh, I don't even want to think about that. So you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another, or you with yourselves in the manner of the late Teleji Edeleji. Oh, funny guy. Oh, how I amuse myself. But we must carry on. I have to show you the Garlean consulate. Tatar. I'm going this way. I see Ethernet shard. Bam. Weep. There you go. Oh, there they are. What's up, Festus? That is an unfortunate name. Yeah, kill him. Danger, excitement, intrigue, oh bye. No, it's lame. Garlean architecture is ugly. Hi. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms not different from those you have seen in the West? Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs. All of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. I guess. Go. Seems quite pleased with himself. Oh, it is so much more that there is so much more I could speak of. The soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure district, but you are doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. There's a thingy over there. Hello, Molnith. This is the Favnarian embassy, but they are not dressed like Favnarians. Rodney. I can never remember that guy's name. I know it's. I always remember it's a normal person name that starts with an R. I was gonna say it was Randall, but it's not Randall. It's Rodney. we'd finish up after talking to homeboy in the place. I'll run around and get the rest of the Ethernet shards off on my own time. Yeah, no. Sorry. At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices? We have much to discuss, so I will refrain from further prattle. Come, come, right this way.
Thaumaturgists took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doma Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Ugiri and Osutsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Aoi Shinobi and the Rugadin Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugani.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been on a good geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugani, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Offord in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy.
It says Ruby Tide, not Ruby Sea.
Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Ngashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the ruby tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I'm told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Osetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process.
Ah, fucking fine.
If we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
Yeah. Though I'm reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Loluito's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means are available. Our Alamegan allies place their faith in us, and I do not intend to disappoint them. Okay? We will talk to Elfino and continue on this next time. That's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow, I might not stream tomorrow because I have to take Nori to the vet. It'll depend. If I do stream, it'll be Lotro, of course. If I don't, then we'll be back on Friday with Stardew Valley. So whenever we return, will be when we return. Until then, though, have yourselves a good goddamn day. Bye now.